What had caught his imagination was the gyroscope. And what interested him about gyroscopes was the way in which they appeared to lose weight when they began to spin.
A gyroscope is a curious device in which conventional physics seems to go out of the window.
Laithwaite was invited by the Royal Institution in London to lecture fellow scientists in a talk for television. But when they heard what he had to say, his lecture was suppressed. Some years later, he recreated it for the BBC. His controversial theory was that a spinning gyroscope contradicted Newton's laws. With no source of energy apart from its spin, the gyroscope appeared to resist the force of gravity and lose weight.
There is no way I can pick that up with one hand, not above there. I'm not a strong man, I don't into weight training. But when it's spinning, it's another matter. Release it, and it begins to climb almost on its own. No strain on my arm at all.
He believed the gyroscope induced a kind of weightlessness. But fellow scientists did not agree.
One of the things that makes Eric Laithwaite's finds controversial is that he discovered what appeared to be a force that negated the weight of the gyroscope, or seemed to make its mass vanish.
So had Laithwaite come up with an anti-gravity machine, a device which could rise in the air without a source of energy to propel it.
The issue has never been fully resolved to anyone's satisfaction. Most people believe it absolutely didn't work, and others believe that it worked very well, and there was a conspiracy of some sort to cover it up.
Ezekiel is describing a flying, spinning, glowing, metallic object that ascends and lands in front of him. In the modern age, what we see are flying, glowing, spinning metallic objects that ascend and descend just like the objects that are described in the Bible. It's not an illogical conclusion to assume that these craft that we see today may be the exact same craft that they're describing in the Bible in ancient times.
Their construction being, as it were, a wheel within a wheel. When they went into any of their four directions, without turning as they went.
You can tell he was struggling with the description. Now, that's also true of UFO experiences that people have. They're having difficulty describing what they're seeing, and it matches this description that we see in the Bible.
The four wheels had rims, and they had spokes. And their rims were full of eyes roundabout.
What I believe he's talking about is devices, mechanical devices. And in the time that he was discussing this, there was nothing mechanical. The wheel was about the most sophisticated device that they had.
There is no way I can pick that up with one hand, not above there. I'm not a strong man, I don't into weight training. But when it's spinning, it's another matter. Release it, and it begins to climb almost on its own. No strain on my arm at all.
While variable speed technology has been used in industry for a number of years, the limit of this technology has always been in the inverter duty induction motor. Restrictions on operation of the motor have prevented the variable speed compressor from reaching its full capability. With the Nirvana hybrid permanent magnet motor, the full capability of variable speed control is unlocked, resulting in unrivaled reliability and efficiency to the compressed air system. To fully understand the benefits of HPM technology, it's essential to first understand the induction motor and how it operates. The stator has multiple slots, which are filled with winding coils in the form of a span. In a three-phase motor, 1/3 of the spans or coils are dedicated to each of the three phases. The rotor of the motor is made of steel laminations stacked on a steel shaft, with a cage of bars and rings cast in to form poles. The rotor shaft is supported by bearings and rotates within the motor stator. The induction motor works by electrical power, creating electromagnets. Attraction of the rotor to the stator coil produces rotational movement. Direction and power is dependent on the stator coil firing order, the strength of the flux, and the amount of rotor slip. The long stator with overlapping windings at each end not only restricts application of the induction motor, but also introduces a significant failure risk, resulting from overlapping coils, which are subject to hot spots and insulation breakdown. Excessive currents are required to initially magnetize the rotor and start rotation. Frequent starts can rapidly overheat the motor. In contrast, the compact synchronous HPM motor, thanks to the permanent magnets, avoids high starting currents, delivers constant torque, and utilizes simple stator winding coils on salient poles. Enhancing reliability, the compact HPM motor mounts directly to the compressor unit shaft. This eliminates the need for motor bearings, reducing the number of moving parts in the system. Additionally, this unique design ensures alignment of the motor and air end, and does not require flexible couplings or gears, which wear and reduce reliability. Nirvana's constant efficiency design allows the motor to reduce speed and power consumption without losing efficiency. Furthermore, Nirvana's unique capabilities allow the machine to start and stop as often as required, enabling the compressor to deliver the smallest volumes of air efficiently. Induction motors lose efficiency as they reduce speed to part-load the compressor. This forces many competitive machines to operate at less than optimal conditions through the majority of the applied speed range. In order to protect the induction motor, competitive units frequently continue to operate the machine unloaded when air delivery requirements are below minimum. This approach puts unnecessary wear and tear on the system and wastes electrical power and resources. The Nirvana HPM synchronous motor improves balance in the power supply through a consistently high power factor, harmonizing speed to the drive frequency and eliminating slip, thereby reducing billing rates and playing an important role in overall facilities management. Unlike standard motors and frequency drives which are rated at 40 degrees Celsius, the Nirvana HPM motor and matching drive are conservatively rated to operate continuously at temperatures of up to 46 degrees. The Nirvana hybrid permanent magnet motor delivers superior value through leading innovation.